Hi, how's it going? I'm Karen Gillan, and I'm here to talk to you about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and also a film called The Circle. And I'm in those films, and I would like to hear all of your questions about those films. So I'm going to start with, which question am I going to start with? Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the character you play? Well, my name is Karen. I am from Scotland. I am 29 years old, and I play a character called Nebula. And she is a kind of villain in the film, and she has an interesting relationship with her sister Gamora, and they're very angry towards one another, and they like to try to kill each other. And in this movie, we're going to see them have a bit of an emotional explosion. And yeah, I felt like that was relevant for that. So, yes, I'm going to move on to the next question now. How is your character different in this film? So in the first movie, she was very much this kind of evil supervillain watching from the sidelines. In this movie, we understand her a lot more. We understand her motivations, and I think we might begin to question whether she really is a villain or not, because I think we're going to have some sympathy towards her. So it's pretty fun for me as an actress to play. What's my favourite song from the new soundtrack? Ooh, there's so many good songs. I think I'm going to have to go for a song called Come a Little Bit Closer by Jay and the Americans, I think. Come a little bit closer. Da, 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 da. Yeah, anyway, check it out. It's good and it sounds better than what I just did. This is something I have with me as well. I don't know what this is, but I've named it Brian. So, there you go. What's my favourite scene to film from Guardians of the Galaxy? Ooh, okay. So many good scenes. I think my favourite scene was probably a scene between me and Zoe Saldana where we have like this epic fight sequence, and it kind of looks like a scene from North by Northwest, and it's really cool and Hitchcocky, and we have a big kind of argument, and it's very emotional between the two girls, and it was just very exciting to play with Zoe in that scene. I really enjoyed it. So that's for Zoe. Okay, Dominic Cabano. How was it like to play a Marvel character like Nebula? It's amazing. I love playing Nebula so much because, you know, I feel like I'm her lawyer, and I'm sort of here to explain to everyone why she is justified in doing all of the bad things that she does. And I believe that she is very justified, and I am making a strong case for her, I believe, in the new movie. So look out for that. It's Nebula. She's sad. Okay. Belle Gaudreau. Gaudreau? I hope I'm saying that right. What do you love most about being in the Marvel Universe? There's so many cool things. I mean, even just getting to say that I'm in the Marvel Universe is probably one of the coolest things. I like doing all of the fight sequences, even though I look like spaghetti when I'm trying to fight people. But it's really fun doing all the scary stunts, and yeah, just playing a really interesting character and being bold and blue. I mean, it's, when would you ever do that, you know? Who's next? Bring on your questions. I want to answer them. Chris Gondek. Could you talk a little bit about the training you did for this role? Yes. So I did a lot of training for the role. I had to start working out on the first film, which was something that I did not do before that. But then I got into it, and it's really addictive, actually. And then I also had to do a lot of fight training with Zoe Saldana, and now I can throw a mean punch. So watch out. Yeah. Oh gosh. Sorry, just knocked that over. Okay. Lucas Couto. Apart from Guardians of the Galaxy, what is your favourite MCU movie? I'm going to say Captain America Civil War, because of the epic fight sequence between all of the superheroes. I mean, it was amazing and epic, and went on for so long, and I was like, that's pretty good. So I was impressed by that. Okay, Chris Rooney. What was the best part about playing a villain anti-hero? It's fun to go to the dark side. You know, like, drama is conflict, they say. So playing a good person all the time isn't quite as interesting, I don't think. And yeah, I just feel like my character is a little misunderstood, and so that's interesting for me to explore. Who's going to be next? Vishwajit asks, how much time do you spend getting the makeup done? So that takes about 4 hours in the morning, and I usually come in at like 3 a.m, so it's pretty hardcore. And they will basically wrap all of my hair under a bald cap and then stick my skin on, and it's all prosthetics. Sounds really creepy. And then I'll get into costume, so it takes about 4 hours. It's intense, but it gets me ready to play a villain. Sherry asks, do you enjoy playing a villain more than a companion? Oh, a Doctor Who reference, I see. They're both really fun. A companion, yeah, I mean, I like playing an evil person, but like playing a companion, Amy Pond has a special place in my heart, so I'm going to choose that. So, Tom Shimield. What was it like working with Matt Smith on Doctor Who? What was he like as a person? He is one of the most eccentric, weird people I've ever met, and he's sort of brilliant. And yeah, it was amazing working with him. He's the best actor I've ever worked with, hands down, by a clear mile, I think. And yeah, I mean, I just feel like I learned so much from him, and he works so hard when he's off screen to make sure that you're better on screen, and he's so generous. So it was great, and we're friends. So that felt like it was time. I should have done that. I need to get more technology based. Okay, Jared Hadrian asks, what did you think of your character's story arc? I know you can't go into details because it's not out worldwide, but is there a lot of development in comparison to one for your character? Wait, I'm just going to read that again because I was concentrating on just reading it rather than like actually taking in the question. What did you think of your character's story arc? I know you can't go into details because it's not out worldwide. Oh yes, okay. So when I read the script, I was like, I was really proud of that. Yeah, because, you know, in the first movie we met her and she was kind of on the sidelines. I mean, it wasn't, you know, we didn't really get into detail with her. In the second movie, we absolutely get into detail, and I just felt like it was such an emotional arc, and I just felt so excited that I got to play a character like that with such development. So I was really happy about that. Who's going to be next? Rick Gasky. How was it like working on... What was it like working with The Rock on Jumanji? It was amazing. The Rock is the best because he is the most positive person I've ever met. And if I ever expressed any nerves towards anything, he would just like touch me on the arm and be like, you can do it. And then I just like knew that I could do it. It was amazing. Yeah, he's great. And he's also just a genuinely lovely person. And also we worked with Kevin Hart and Jack Black, and the four of us were running around the jungle in Jumanji, and it was the most fun ever. Okay. Jamie Roycroft. If you had to be trapped in a room with any Marvel character for 24 hours, which character would it be? Trapped in a room. Is it... Okay, I'm torn between Iron Man and Spider-Man. I don't know why, but like I feel like it would be fun to create a huge web and then like climb around in it. Like a climbing frame? Is that really what I'm choosing? Apparently. Okay. Peter Anthony, which of your Doctor Who co-stars would you want to star with the most in a Marvel film in the future? Matt Smith. I don't know who he'd play. He would have made a good Doctor Strange, I would have thought, so he could do that. Giovanna, I don't think anybody can portray the role of Nebula as well as you do. Thank you, but if you could pick anybody to play Nebula, who would you choose? I think that Kate Blanchett might match up. Yeah, I mean, it would just be a superior version of the character in every way, and I would enjoy that. Amber Bradley, you were awesome in Doctor Who. You've been awesome in everything since. Thanks. And you slay the villain role. What was the hardest thing about making this film for you? Probably the stunts, because I'm not very good at stunts, I'm not gonna lie. I do a version of all of the stunts, but they're not necessarily the best. But my stunt doubles are amazing. And they come in and make me look so much better in every way. And it's just sometimes really scary to jump off of things that are really high and hope that wires catch you. Christopher Berry, when can we get a father-daughter comedy with Craig Ferguson and yourself? I would love that. Yes, I'd be open to that. That would be amazing. I feel like, is he old enough to be my father? How old is Craig Ferguson? Oh wait, we're at the internet place, so we can find out everything in an instant, which is good.
54 years old.
He's 54 years old, I'm being told. So that is roughly the same age as my mother, so yes, I will sign on to that movie then, because it's accurate. Cleve Redford Lane, which Doctor Who villain would you like to see Nebula fight? I would love to see Nebula on the TARDIS. I just think that would be the funniest thing, because first of all, you know how every companion walks onto the TARDIS and has that moment where they're like, oh, I think Nebula would just be like, this is a rubbish spaceship. I would like to see her fight, the Weeping Angels. Because, you know, that is the reason that Amy Pond left Doctor Who. So I feel like to get revenge, I want to set Nebula loose on the Weeping Angels. I think that's what needs to happen. So if Chris Chibnall happens to be watching, do that. Ashley Sims, would you rather have a Star-Lord's mask or a Captain America's shield? I'm gonna go with the shield. I mean, it covers more area. Practical, maybe. I don't know. Carissa J.H. Dorothy? Did you read comics ever before getting this role? Did you read comics at all now afterwards that you aren't for work a role? I think I understand this. So I didn't actually read comics before I joined the Marvel army, but then as soon as I got the role I did a lot of research for Nebula, and I read a comic called The Infinity Gauntlet, and I was like, okay, I understand now why people love comics, because it's amazing. That's for no reason. Colin Rice, if you could choose one role in cinematic history, what role would it be? Jack Nicholson's role in The Shining. That would be great if I could do that. And maybe I could have like a man in the Shelley Duvall role who's just crying the whole time. That would be great, wouldn't it? Oh, we should do that. Okay, audience. I would like to ask you for some more questions. Please, bring them to me. I'm ready. I have so many answers to share with you all. In the meantime, favorite scene to film from The Circle? The Circle is a creepy movie about technology, and I had a really fun scene with Emma Watson where we were in a toilet cubicle and we got very emotional because we had this barrier between us, and it was sort of like we could finally be honest with each other because it was a little more anonymous. It felt like a confession booth or something, and I just really enjoyed that because it felt like we were stretching the old acting muscles, I guess. Hopefully. Okay. Abby Shope, what do you think would happen if Nebula met Amy Pond? I think that Amy would think that Nebula looks really weird, but like sort of familiar, like, huh, that's weird. And Nebula would be severely unimpressed by Amy's attitude, and maybe they would like not get on very well and throw some attitude towards each other, and then out of that would grow a mutual respect. So I would like to see that. Dan, oh, we only have time for 3 more questions. Oh, was I supposed to say that? I don't know. Oh, we were. Oh, okay, right. So I would like to request weird questions, like the weirder the better, please. Thank you. Okay. Dan Gilliam. How much fun was it to make this movie? Because it looks like everyone had a blast. How long did it take you to get into your makeup for the character? It was a total blast. It was just this, constantly, and this, and this, but only when we were acting. And yeah, it took me 4 hours to get into all of my makeup, which is intense, but so worth it because it's just part of my ritual now in terms of getting into character. So I really enjoy it. Melody K. Carolino. Was filming selfie fun? Yes, it was. I feel like these are all very relevant for selfie. For you, those of you who don't know, it was a television show about a girl addicted to social media. So she would use a lot of emojis, and she was addicted to the instant gratification that comes with posting pictures of yourself in nice lighting. So, oh my god, it's the last 2 questions. Jana Ingman. How do you feel playing a villain compared to a good person in Doctor Who? I like the dark side of the villains a lot, but Amy Pond has a special place in my heart, and so I side with her if I have to pick a side. Sorry, Nebula. Oh my goodness, is it the last one? It's the last question, everyone. What's it going to be? Did you have any mishaps on set and stain anything blue accidentally? Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of mishaps. I fall over a lot anyway because I'm so tall. I'm 5'11", so like I'm kind of unsteady on my feet sometimes. Did I stain anything blue? I mean, I was finding blue in inside my ear for weeks afterwards, and I wash myself. So you know, it's just really hard to get off. Is this how it ends? Is that it? I feel like I should have gone out on like on a better note than washing myself.
Okay, one more.
Oh, everyone's telling me to do one more because they don't want to leave that as the lasting impression, but I do wash myself. Okay. Amber L. Jones, what was the coolest part of working with Chris Pratt? He's funny, he's very intelligent, and he talks to everybody on set. Which isn't always the case, actually. So, like, you know, he makes a real effort with everyone, and that definitely sets the tone, trickles down, and it creates a really nice environment that's full of this, and this, and this. Goodbye. Thank you so much for all of your questions. That was so much fun. And I'm feeling this because I'm leaving. And this one. These are so much fun. Thank you.